When two airplanes almost collide, why do they call it a near miss? Shouldn't it be a near hit? Makes sense to me. Hey, I'm Robert. Welcome to my home studio. Thank you so much for checking out this video on the Boss Angry Driver. You guys have been asking me to do a video on this pedal for a long time, and I've been wanting to for a long time. You guys all know how much of a huge fan of Boss pedals I am. I finally got a hold of one. I've been talking about doing this on the live stream, the Saturday live streams for probably close to a month now, and I finally was able to get around to it. So here it is. I hope you enjoyed the track that you just heard it in. This thing does a lot. It does a ton. And, so I'm trying to cram as many different tones and as much of the functionality of this thing as I can all into one video without this video stretching out into 15-20 minute range, even though I don't know I'm going to be able to avoid that. So without further ado, let's twist the knobs on it. Let's see what it does. Let's check out the different modes, and then we'll talk more about it. That is it, up close and personal. You know, if you're not familiar with the Angry Driver, you don't know what it is, I'll tell you what it is. This is the first ever collaboration between Boss Pedals and JHS Pedals. JHS Pedals, of course, are the brainchild of one Josh Scott. If you are probably already familiar with him because he has a very, very, very popular YouTube channel called JHS Pedals, obviously. And, you know, he is, you know, it's actually been pretty miraculous to watch how fast that channel has grown. He just launched it a year or two ago, and he's already got hundreds of thousands of subscribers because he's very, very knowledgeable. And not only that, but, you know, really he talks about a lot of other topics besides just JHS pedals. Really probably talks about other things more often than he does JHS pedals. So there's my plug for the JHS Pedals YouTube channel. And, you know, where, you know, as I understand it anyway, where Josh Scott got his start is, you know, he's, you know, I think one of his, maybe his very first pedal was the Boss Blues Driver, and he's always loved it, you know, as much as I do. And based on his love of the Blues Driver, he eventually designed a pedal of his own called the JHS Angry Charlie, which is another overdrive based on the Blues Driver, as I understand it. And, you know, so eventually the day came when he had the opportunity. I assume Boss approached him and they decided to do a collaboration together of the Boss Blues Driver and the Angry Charlie. And the end result was, of course, the Angry Driver. I don't want to say it's basically a Blues Driver and an Angry Charlie in the same circuit because while I don't own an Angry Charlie, I do own a Blues Driver, and they're not quite the same. You know, there are some subtle differences, so it's probably more of a slightly modified version of each circuit inside these two, or inside this box. And what's really, really cool is you can run them independently of each other, one or the other, or you can run them, not only can you run them both at the same time, but you can choose how you cascade them. Put the Angry Charlie circuit first, you can put the Boss Blues Driver circuit first, you can run them both parallel. There's also an input on the side for an external foot switch that opens up an entirely new set of features that I didn't even have time to get into in this video. Ton of features. I am really, really impressed. I wanted one of these really, really bad ever since they first came out. It took me a few years to get a hold of one. Finally, I'm actually the third owner of this pedal, and I purchased this thing from my friend Jim at the Practical Guitarist podcast, who I have talked about quite a bit on my channel. You know, I love those guys and their show. But he sold me this one, and when he bought it, he actually bought it from David, his podcast partner. And I think David bought it new. So me and two friends of mine have owned this pedal. So two friends of mine have already owned this pedal before me, and now it's mine. And now it's going to my collection, and it's likely not going anywhere for the foreseeable future. So, links down in the description where you yourself can go check out the Boss Angry Driver, should you choose to do so, as well as links to all the other gear used in this video. Please consider hitting the subscribe button to this channel if you haven't already. It really does help out a lot, and I promise eventually a video is going to come along that you really like. Thank you so much for watching. Adios.